Real talk, real people, relevant conversations. The I Am Kiana Scales podcast is dedicated to real conversations about issues, emotions, and experiences that affects the lives of everyday people.
Welcome to the I Am Kiana Scales podcast. This episode is proudly brought to you by the Closet Experience Boutique. Ladies, looking for the hottest fashions and accessories to elevate your vibe? Look no further. The Closet Experience Boutique has you covered from head-turning fits to statement pieces. This is where style lives and where women love to shop. And guess what? You can save 10% when you shop online, theclosetexperience.com. When you use code PODCAST, that's PODCAST. So I gotta ask, what's in your closet? This episode ain't for the faint of heart. We're diving deep into the ugly truth that too many people avoid. The lack of unity, the hate, the jealousy, and the crabs in a barrel mentality that's been poisoning the Black creative scene in Nashville, especially when it comes to hip-hop, podcasting, and the community at large. While we love to preach, support Black businesses and Black excellence, the behind-the-scenes reality often looks more like judgment, backstabbing, and fake love. I said it. Today, I'm sitting down with the outspoken and unapologetic Ricky Robinson, who's been calling this out loud and clear. We're pulling no punches. This is about calling it like it is, asking the hard questions, and pushing for something better. Because if we can't collaborate, we'll continue to be isolated and left behind. Today, we are joined by a powerhouse, a cultural hitman, a no-holds-barred, say it with me, with your chest is how he was saying, a brother who refuses to let the real be silenced. Not just a voice in podcasting, but a whole movement, a truth teller, a cultural pusher, a certified voice of the streets. I'm talking about none other than Ricky Robinson. Mr. If You Alive, subscribe himself. Ricky is the host of the game-changing, boundary-breaking podcast, If You Alive, subscribe, where social consciousness, entertainment, sports, and politics all collide with raw honesty and unapologetic energy. He's not afraid to go there. When he speaks, people stop and listen. He's challenging the status quo, calling out the fake, lifting up the real, and holding a mirror to the community in a way that makes us think, grow, and act. He's not just a podcast. He's a force of nature, a cultural disruptor, a leader with the mic. And let's be clear, he's not doing it for clout. He's doing it for the culture, people. Can I get an amen from the real ones? So if you're ready to hear the truth, feel the fire, and be part of a real conversation that means something, then buckle up, make some noise for the truth teller, the one, the only, Mr. If You Alive, subscribe, Ricky Robinson!
Let's go.
Woo, let's go.
First, I want to say I'm always honored when somebody invite me on their platform. And I be telling people, like, it don't matter if somebody got one follower, they got 50,000 followers, they got 100,000 followers. Just to even be invited somewhere says a lot about the work that we are doing in the community and in other places. You know what I mean? Because we all want to see everybody prosper. Some of us, you know what I'm saying? Yes. My auntie said something to me it was about 6 months ago, and she said, "Pumpkin, you just like my mama." You know, my grandmama. You know, my grandmama was the person in the neighborhood. She fed everybody. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have a whole lot of money or nothing, but she always cooked a lot of food. And you got all the guys. You'll see, you might be with me. You'll see a guy be like, "I remember we really didn't have anything." You know what I'm saying? And my grandmama fed them. And so, like, I'm cut from that cloth. I got a DM the other night. It didn't really discourage me, but it let me know, like, they out there. Somebody, one of the hip hop women, the women hip hop. I'm not gonna say her name or nothing because just to keep her up under the cover. She DM'd me. She said, she said, "Why people don't like you?"
Oh.
And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, I know the upper echelons people like me. You know what I'm saying? And so we always, I trust God to protect me from the people that I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in no beef or nothing with nobody. And so I just understand it. You always gonna be unlike, but it kind of like, okay, I wonder who you hanging around that don't like me. You know what I'm saying?
It make you feel like that, like dang.
Like yeah, like me. You know what I'm saying?
So you've been vocal, very vocal about the Black community in Nashville not supporting. So since we're talking about that, the local hip hop and podcasting scene, do you think it stems from a deep rooted cultural mindset, or do you think that it's a generational or a social economic issue?
When I first started hustling, all I ever wanted to do was travel.
Okay.
Like that was my biggest, like I always like, yeah, I like Nashville, but I wanted to see what was outside of Nashville. And so when I was 17, a friend of mine took me to Atlanta. I had a fake ID. You know what I'm saying? You know,
they don't know
Atlanta
was the go-to spot.
And I had a fake ID, and we went to the Puff Daddy concert, and it changed my life, and it just showed me so much. And so I just always, from a kid, I just always traveled up to grown. And when I come back to Nashville, it just seemed like these people ain't never been nowhere really. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And so it's like, I was with a friend of mine. It's a girl, and we were somewhere, and somebody said, "Hey Ricky, hey man, let's take a picture." Took videos, and had me right there for about 5 minutes, just because just doing, I'm just do the right thing because this is a fan. Like I don't like to call them that, but this is a fan, and she said, "I don't understand." I said, "Why you don't treat me like that?" And so I'm saying is we can really be on the come up in Nashville, and we can really have it going on. The people outside are really looking at us like he the next big thing. But when you have been around these people, and these people been knowing you for so long, they don't treat you according to who you are. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so half of the people don't want you to be there.
Right.
And most of the people just always gonna look at you like, who, you know what I'm saying? Like who they know of you. And I'm looking at people like, even with your podcast, like I'm looking at Miss Scales like you one of the next women coming up. You know what I'm saying? And
I see, because I'm putting in the work, baby.
I'm not gonna tell you that just to come in here and fuel your fire. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what my life is about. My life is about, like, I'm gonna tell the truth. And if you don't know me and you think I'm just doing it out of malice, that's just on you. But as you can see, if I'm talking on Instagram and I'm saying something real, the people are responding and saying, hey, this is the truth.
Yep.
A lot of the artists and the rappers and stuff, they're going to taking it as like I'm trying to talk crazy. No, I'm just saying what's the truth. And I done hung around a lot of y'all. I done hung around every artist in the city. I done been on tour with Buck. I done been on some tours with Starlito. I done hung around different artists. I done heard this artist say this about this artist and this, and not trying to like throw no shade on nobody, but it is a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying?
But I want to be clear. I want to say, when I first decided I want to do a podcast, I want to give a huge, and people know I always shout out Big Church Podcast, Kevin Johnson, because when I went to him, I said, hey, I just want to, come and sit in on your podcast and see if this is something I want to do. I want to start a podcast. Oh, he said, no, baby, you're going to come up here and jump off the porch. I said, I'm not ready, but I give him kudos. And then I came up here to Streets 99.3, talk with C-Dub. And honestly, he taught me the game. Like, he showed me how to work the equipment, what to do, how to set the structure up. And I explained to him, this is how I wanted my podcast to work. And they were nothing but a great help of the wealth of knowledge. So from my standpoint so far, nobody has been a hater. Everybody has welcomed me with open arms. So I haven't really experienced. I just want to say,
you're a woman. You know what I'm saying? You're a woman. You ain't. You know what I'm saying? Even bringing up Big Church. He was the first person I saw. He was the first person I saw do it, and I didn't even know. It was a friend of mine. She was like, "I'm getting on the podcast today." I had just got out of prison. It was in 2000, I think 17 or 18. I had just got out of prison. And so in prison, I said, man, I want to do something TV-wise. My sister, shout out to Tamika Robinson, she won the #1 actor in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, come on, give it up.
You know what I'm saying? And really doing big things. And so she encouraged me to do that. And so in Big Church, he was the first person I saw, and even though we don't get along right now, but I still give him his props. You know what I'm saying? I still give him his props of being really, I'm gonna say the first person in Nashville that's actually doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what
and so shout out to Big Church.
And I commend you for that. Even though you may have a disagreement going on right now, I admire you for still giving somebody their flowers and their props, and you don't take anything from
because
them.
I'm not a hater.
And that's what I'm saying. We got to have that mentality. Like, why would I hate on you if you've proven yourself? I can't take it from you anyway.
I can't take it from you. And then that's the thing. That's the other problem I got with Nashville, Tennessee. This right here. You be wanting somebody to win when you're around them.
Yep.
But then as soon as y'all have a disagreement and y'all don't hang around no more, you don't want them to win no more. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so to me, that's a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because like, church, I still want you to win. I don't got no malice towards you or that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't anybody. It can be born rich. Like, if we don't get along, I still want you to win if I wanted you to win before.
Right.
Now, if I never knew you, I don't really care if you win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? But the people who I love and who I've always supported, I still want to see them do good because I'm not a hater at all. I don't have it in my blood. Nobody ain't gonna tell you I've ever hated on them. But if somebody hated on me, I can pull it up. You know what I'm saying? I done screenshotted stuff just in case something come out and I can say, well, look, this is hate on me. Now, what do you got? Even when she sent me that DM the other night, I want to say, why don't nobody never tell you why they don't like me? I had one podcast to say this. Oh, Ricky, I just don't like you. That's what I asked him. I said, how you don't like somebody you don't know?
Mm-hmm. Right. That's the question I always have.
I'm just saying, it's sad. But for you to say that you don't know me, we ain't never hung out. We might have done cross paths and hung out. But for you not to know me and say you don't never like me, that's why Nashville crab in a bucket. And see, and this is the nail about that. This is why I hang by myself. Because we are dividing people by this person not liking this person. And your friend might want to like me. But now guess what? Your friend really can't like me because he was your friend first.
Let's talk about that. Because see, I guess I'm cut from a different cloth. I don't have to be friends with everybody else that you like. I'm not going to hate on somebody. Say, for instance, me and Keita friends.
Yeah.
And maybe one of her friends just don't like, we just don't gel or whatever.
Thanks.
I'm not going to tell her she can't be somebody's friend. Y'all have that blooming relationship. Y'all keep it moving. Vice versa. Because if you're a true friend, you should be able to sit in circles with somebody else. And my name shouldn't even come up. Because as my true friend, you're going to tell her, we're not talking about her. Because first of all, y'all don't get along. I don't want to hear it. You cut that off. But people have to start being mature and use their own sense of judgment when it comes to liking and disliking somebody. And stop just looking at, we have this so bad, y'all, where we just look at somebody's personality. Maybe it's your personality that people see and don't like. Because I know sometimes for me, some people like, oh, she's just loud and she's just, but have you got to know me beyond my personality for what I do? You know what I'm saying? Some people like, oh, she just so loud in this. But have you got to know me? Or some people like, she seemed like she's stuck up. How do I seem like I'm stuck up if you never knew me?
Facts.
I feel like I speak to everybody, even if I don't know you. I say hi when I come in the room, you know.
And then everybody just ain't for you. Like everybody just ain't. I tell people, even dealing with the internet, people really can learn a lot from me if they want to. I tell people, even dealing with the internet, your crowd is going to find you. They gonna follow, they gonna like, they gonna tell you to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you have to feed. If you listen to the chatter, the people that actually really don't care for you anyway, you'll stop what you're doing. You have to listen to the people who's actually engaging with you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to listen to. And so, like I said, we go back to Nashville. It's just so crab in a bucket. But we also have to, like, I didn't have to get on the internet and say, hey, look, I'm neutral. You know, me and Buck been friends since we were kids. You know what I'm saying? And he's still a good friend of mine. I still love him to death. But he thought that I wasn't going to let Cook Up come on my show. When we in this business, we can't have, it can't be like, I tell people this all the time, and I just try to use a celebrity just so people can hear me. Yes. You got a person like 50 Cent. Him and DJ Envy, you can say pretty much best friends, like, you know what I'm saying, best friends. But guess what? That don't stop Envy for letting the people who 50 like to come on the Breakfast Club. Because
at the end of the day, it's about business.
It's business.
Not about ego. But let me ask you this, we talking about, since I just brought up ego. Have you ever had a moment where your ego blocked a blessing from you collaborating with somebody? It don't have to be current. Just any time in your life has that ever occurred?
Not really, because I always say I don't got an ego.
Oh, I like.
Always, I don't have it. Like I don't. I got tough skin. Like you can say something about me. Like I'm telling you, like we be taking those little gems. It go back to my grandmama again. We be taking these little gems for granted when we should. I was young, and my brother and my sister called me headbanger 4. They said my forehead was big. You know what I'm saying? And I cried and stuff. And I went told my grandma, I was like, Granny, they talking about my forehead and talking about me being black and all that. And she told me 2 things. She said, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And I was like, oh, okay, I like that. And she told me, she said, sticks and stones may hurt your bones, but words never hurt you. And I really, as a kid, we ain't never heard that before. And I really took both of those in. So I was I don't really, like, you can say whatever you want to say about me. I don't really care about that. If you're not affecting my family. Now, if you say something about me that's false, I done heard somebody say, Ricky is the police. How is Ricky the police? He got a 25-year sentence. I got a 25-year sentence on conspiracy.
You out here snitching on folks, Rick.
And with a 20, so y'all really think I'm gonna take a 25? I'm gonna take a life sentence and then tell it. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm just saying. Now that's when we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? But you can cuss me out, you can call me whatever you want to, but when you say the wrong thing, then we got a problem there.
And I agree with that. Sometimes you do have to have a voice and speak on your behalf, because some stuff, it gets out of hand and you like, wait a minute, hold on.
Hold up.
But ultimately, the truth will speak
for
itself, as well as your character. It will speak for itself.
100%. You got to tell. I be telling people, you got to tell your story before somebody else try to tell it.
Oh, yes.
You better tell your story. I got a daughter, 21-year-old. We've been in a strange relationship for some years now. Me and her mama is finally coming together and trying to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Which is always room for that. And so I don't have to let nobody else tell you that story, because my story is real and raw. And what you see is what you get. I don't have to, you ain't gonna know my business, but you're gonna know my story. But you ain't gonna know my business. That's a big problem with, somebody told me that too. They said, Pig, they be mad at you because they don't know your business. Why you wanna, and then even like, I'm gonna get in trouble for being on this podcast, because then they told me, they said, P, you don't show nothing but the women love. I'm tired of the niggas. I'm tired of them.
Show love to who show love to me.
Me too.
I'm just gonna be 100. When I met you, what was last year, I believe, and then we just kept running into the same circles, and I was like, okay, he seemed like a cool. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna come over there and be I just invited myself to your show. I said, I'm gonna come on over there and do a last subscribe. I'm coming.
Yeah.
You remember me telling you that?
I remember.
And then we just kept bumping into each other, and I said, I'm gonna have you. Then this last, a couple of weeks ago when I ran into you, I said, okay,
let's do it.
Since I hadn't been on your show, you coming over here to my show.
Let's do it.
Because I believe in collaboration.
Yes.
I don't believe in isolation at all, because we grow together. And I'm with you. One stream, 30,000 stream, whatever you got, I'm coming, because we have to stop that crap. Like, oh, I'm too big to come over here. No, that's how we lift each other up. The city is already looking down on us.
Let me tell you something. I be telling people this all the time. I got a cool following. Even when you talking about YouTube and all these platforms, I got a good following, and people from out of town, everybody's tuning in with me. But guess what? At the end of the day, we still local in Nashville.
Yep.
And so this is the thing. What I tell people, they was like, competition is cool. Well, it's not cool to me in Nashville, because why am I gonna be in competition with you when we both in the same place? It don't make no sense. Like, so that's me saying I'm still not trying to go nowhere. I tell people all the time, I'm in competition with Shay Shay. Shay Shay and me know what game them.
And that's what I was just gonna say.
If I'm in competition, I'm not, but that's who I'm in competition with. And I tell people this too. I say, okay, we do podcasts. That's fine and dandy. So if you're my competition, why would I help you? Why am I help my competition? That's like LeBron James helping the team that he's playing against. And so don't play against nobody in Nashville, and we can all help each other. But when you become my competition, that's when I have to bag up.
And I tell people all the time, if we shift from that mindset, that competition mindset, and calling people in No, we got to call people in and not out. We got to call people into the table because it's turning point, that judgment, that dialogue. That's when we begin to see real change.
100%.
Because we gotta stop thinking small and think big. Because you can't think big when little got you, boo.
Man, you can't do it. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not in competition with nobody in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm trying to lift everybody up because if you get through the door today. If Revolt, Black Effect, anybody call you today.
Hey, Revolt, I'm still waiting on you.
I'm waiting on you too. You know what I'm saying? But if they call you today, it's going to make me so happy because guess why? I said, oh, they watching. So when people come down here looking, guess what I know? Oh, they going to check in with if you're a live subscriber.
Yes.
I know I'm one of the ones who they going to check in with. And so I'm rooting for everybody to make it. Like, go ahead and make it.
And that's me. That was my whole goal when I went to Revolt World.
I went there too.
I didn't make it last.
I went to UFO last.
Yes.
I didn't make it last. I went to UFO last.
Let me tell you, my whole goal, I did everything. I was like trying to rub it. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm the I Am County Sketch. I'm just wanting people to know, like, I'm trying to put us on. It ain't just about me at the end of the day. Like, I'm taking everybody.
Facts. I went into drink champs. I watched them live.
I was gonna say, yes, it was so much greatness there. Like, just the classes you could take and everything.
All that.
I was like, yes, locked, loaded, and ready to put on for my city.
And like, cause everybody was mad about what Esco World said about Nashville and Memphis and all this.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, I'm not tapped into everybody, and I didn't know who they was. But was it somebody from New York? I was trying to get the context of what was going on because I didn't like it.
Matt Hoffa.
Explain to me who that is, because I was trying to do some research today for you, because I want to ask you about that, but I.
Esco World. He was with Matt Hoffa. Matt Hoffa got Matt Hoffa got that big podcast in New York.
I was gonna say New York. Okay, that's what I thought.
Where they sit in the barbershop. I can't even think of the name right now. But yeah, he was with him, and it ended up breaking off from him. And even though he was making it as like a joke, but it's actually the truth. I'm gonna tell you why it's the truth. Because everybody in Nashville think they some big celebrity. Everybody in Nashville, look, I've been trying to tell them this. We got, I'm gonna say 5. And I'm not even really saying 5. I'm gonna say 5. We got 5 people that's worldly known when it come into this hip hop stuff. That's Buck, Starlito, Pistol, Kwani, and Cool Daddy Fresh. All the rest of y'all ain't too much of nothing. Not y'all ain't nothing, but I'm talking about to the outside world.
I get you.
And so even when you talking about artistry, Buck the only one went platinum. And so, yeah, they probably know Starlito in New York, but they don't know like they know Buck. So it's just like Buck is the only person that came out of Nashville. And so everybody got mad at the truth. See, I didn't get mad at the truth. Because he don't know nobody. We ain't doing nothing.
I don't think I didn't get mad at the truth. I think I got mad when they just started talking records. About
well, I was mad just bringing Cashmere name up.
Well, when they just kept saying like, who lives and don't nobody want to come visit there. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. We are popping. Let's get that straight. We do have things down here. What you're not gonna do.
Well, he talked back to me when I sent that post out and told him, I'll be tagging him like, hey, what's up? He talked back to me because Choke No Joke is my friend.
Okay.
Choke No Joke was the producer of 106 in Park. He done produced some of the Atlanta Housewives. He was actually Jay-Z and Dame Dash cameraman.
Okay.
And so I brought him up because I already know Esco and them, they know him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was one of the top guys. He started filming in the Hole in New York, that club that everybody, all the stars got to come to, to make it. And he filmed Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg said that's the best person film ever. But to make a long story short, that's why I tagged Choke No Joke with Esco, so he'll know Choke No Joke came down here, and he was like, he said, all these years, he said, I've been thinking Nashville is country, and I'm talking about, I took them to Dodge City, I took them to Princess, I took them to Slim and Huskies, I took him to Minerva, I took him everywhere to show him we actually gotta see. That's the thing with these people out of town don't know. We actually got a huge black community. We got a black radio station. We at Streets 99.3.
Your choice for hip hop and R&B.
We got black stations, and when I was taking Choke everywhere for like 3 days, he filmed so many people, and he was like, I would have never known because I said the only thing you're gonna hear is Broadway. And then soon you come to Nashville, you're gonna go to Broadway, and you're gonna just be like, it's all white.
Right, get that vision of the touristy part.
I thought about doing when I first came home. I was working down at a hotel, and I thought about doing like a little book or something when people come here and give them places to go. And we really need to do that for the black community so they can say, hey, I need to get that guide when I go down there and actually you got places like Duco's, the best pizza. I don't know if y'all been, but the best pizza,
I'm going to support.
the best pizza in Nashville right now. And I'm not just saying that because the owner's like a nephew of mine, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's a lot of stuff like that. And when I be turning people on to it, they'll DM me and be like, hey, I didn't even Nashville. And we got so much. And again, it's our job to get in the door. That's why we need to get in the door. Yes. We need to get in the door so people can tune into us. And that's why we need to talk more about the black community, what's going on. That's why I try to throw a lot of these things out here on these podcasts, because somebody can say, okay, I heard Miss Scales and Ricky talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to go here. And so that's what we got to just do more. We got to do more, not focus on each other and focus on how we getting the people to know about us.
Yes. We just have to I tell people you got to keep on the grind, being consistent, and just keep doing what you do.
Thanks.
And don't let it sway you that, oh, nobody's listening. Because like I said, I do this because I know people hear me say this a lot because purpose aside to me. Yeah. I don't care if I get 3 views, 4 views, because I know people know I'm out there and I know they know that this is great content, but sometimes it's not going to catch on till I'm somewhere booming and then you want to catch on, and then when you feel like, oh, well, she's not accessible now. Jeez. So I tell people, tune in now.
That's what I was telling you.
Why you can come up here and sit down and have a chat
you
with
better
me.
tune in there. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, this is the sad feeling about Nashville and getting to the next level. When your people don't support you here and you got to go somewhere else and get supported, and then you come back be like, why didn't y'all support me while I was here? You know what I'm saying? That's just, see, people ain't real about feelings. Like, we all got feelings, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, we want people to support us, right? Support us what we're doing right now. And don't have to come on our platform to say, I'm gonna support you once y'all come on your platform. Like, no, just support it, and that time is gonna come. And also, we got our platform for people that's actually working. Like, if you ain't did nothing in 2 years and then you up and just finna put out an album, or you up just finna start doing something, that don't mean you deserve to come on one of these platforms, because we already promised so many people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I tell the artists and the guys, all you got to do is what we just said. Keep working hard. They gonna notice you if you keep working hard.
Yep. I tell people that all the time. Just keep working hard.
Keep working.
And I want to ask you this. What responsibility do outspoken leaders like yourself have in shifting the energy from they hating to how we can unify things here in Nashville?
Well, you got to get your voice at first. See, this is the thing about it is, people don't really tune into positivity.
They don't.
You know, you can get on here. If you get on here and say something positive, it's going to be like they never even seen it.
Like it fell on.
But if you get on here and yap, and say something, and then you get them to listening, just like I told them, I said, okay, yeah, I talked about the people hating, which is true, this and that. Now, what's the solution? One solution I came up with there, I said, hey, let's all go to the SCA Awards. Let's shoot down there. It's on Sunday. Let's come together. Let's go to Nashville let's go to Nashville and they can say, hey, man, there was 1 million people down here from Nashville. What was going on? That's how you make a stance when you do stuff like that. If they say, man, why is all these Nashville people down here? It's going to automatically make them tune into Nashville. And so you have to, just like a kid, your mama got to whoop you first. And then what she tell you she get to whoop you?
I don't know. I ain't getting no whoopings.
Look, my mama and them told me.
Was probably like, she always said, I promise.
Was you the only kid or something?
No. I have got sisters, but I've never gotten a whooping.
Okay, look, well, after you got a whooping, mom used to tell you it hurt me more than it hurt you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I didn't know what to say.
But I'm just saying. And so you got to whoop people first. And then you say like, hey, here's some solutions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day is, this is what Buck told me one day. And this was about, anyway, free Buck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Buck.
He got, but anyway, this what he told me. He didn't get mad at me, but he said, it's your delivery. Well, that's how God gave it to me to deliver. One thing about it is this what ain't nobody gonna take from me. Ain't nobody gonna take from me that I ain't a godly, spirited type of person. Even I talked about this a little bit. When I was in prison, the guards called me their Christian brother. And so this is what I'm saying. If I'm in prison and the guards and the warden saying, like, Ricky, we don't even know why you here. Like, you got God in you. Like, we love you. Like, they ain't even want me there. If they could have just got me out of there, they would have. And so, like, the guard might come in the pod and go off. Mm-hmm. When we lock them doors, first thing he do, he gonna unlock my door and come in, be like, Ricky, man, I'm sorry, man. They made me mad, this and that, this and that. He repenting to me. You know what I'm saying? And so if these white guys and stuff, and they can see the God in me, y'all should be able to see it too.
Oh yes, it's the God in me.
You know what I'm saying? It's the God in me. And so first, I'm a godly person. First of all, I done read the Bible back and forth. And so, I mean, you have to trust that I'm that first before you even mess with me, because you might take something wrong I say, and I don't care what you say. I know God done push me to say what I say, and I ain't got no malice. I ain't mad about nothing. I ain't stressing about nothing out here. When I walked out them prison doors, I was looking for God to tell me, you gonna get out of here and be a millionaire. I was looking for something, and he just told me, anytime you get stressed out there, just think about this place. And so that's why I say, I be telling people, I done already made it. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of school at 11 years old. I started hustling at 11 years old. I started selling drugs at 11.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was the first young kid with gold teeth in my mouth around here. You know what I mean? Anybody will tell you that. And so just making it through from 11 years old to about 30, just making it through that lifestyle of what I was living, and just like I said, I don't brag on drugs, but I was the guy. I'm in Mexico. Like, I had a car in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And so just people don't come back from there. You know what I'm saying? And so just all the stuff I done been through, like I be telling these guys, I done made it. I ain't trying to make it. Y'all trying to make it. I done already made it. I done made it through the hard part of my life. My life now is about trying to do something huge for my kids. That's all I care about. All the other stuff, I don't really care about. I done did all the traveling. I done had all the cars. I done had all the fun. I done did all the drugs. I've done all that. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't just me no more. And so if they don't respect me being godly and saying what I gotta say, the people, they agree.
Yeah, that's why you can't be too worried about who like you and who don't, because you've been through so much and overcome so much. Because you know what it makes me think about? Imagine being bitten by a dang old snake, and instead of focusing on the healing of that poison, you start chasing around that snake trying to understand, to prove like, why you do that to me? Yeah. Why you bite me?
Yeah.
You're just chasing after the wrong thing. Sometimes I think about that analogy, and I have to say, sometimes we focusing on the wrong stuff. You gotta be focused on the right stuff. Because I tell people, bottom line, people don't have to like you. They can have whatever reason they want. I ain't got to like you. You ain't got to like me at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, guess what? Our life is not a popularity contest.
It's not.
Because at the end of the day, I can't judge you, you can't judge me, because we're going to be judged by him. And what I want to hear is, well done, thy good and faithful servant.
Man,
at
look,
the end of the day.
I be trying to tell people this. That's why Jesus died, for this one reason. He knew everybody was going to mess up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why ain't no sin greater than no other sin, because your sin might be drugs. My sin might be sex. You know what I'm saying?
And there's no hierarchy of sin. Sin is sin, baby.
Sin. That's like God. Sin is sin. But I really believe this. They say once saved, always saved. That's if you really get saved. Yeah. And so if God know your heart is pure, like I don't have nothing to worry. people might text me in the morning, how you sleep last night? I slept. It ain't been a night that I can remember that I haven't slept good because I don't have all that on my conscience. I understand that I'm doing right by people, places, and things. I know what I'm putting in the universe. I was in prison, and this guy told me this. I was stressed one. I was just sad one day. I was like, man, my kids, like, I was just sad. And he said, Ricky, you ain't in here for what you did today. He said, you in here for what you did years ago. And he said, think about all the good seeds you sowing today. Mm-hmm. Think about when they grow.
Yes.
And so
what a harvest it will be.
And so that's what, like we were just saying, I'm just planting good seeds. And this is what I know. Everybody ain't gonna like me.
And you got to make sure that you plant it in good soil.
You got all my stuff is in good. My stuff is in good. So I'm gonna tell you this. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. The last 6 months, I've been having some little back problems.
Okay.
I'm like, man, I don't really want to go to the doctor like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to see if I can God can heal it, kind of medicate myself. But anyway, making a long story short, somebody hit my car the other day and ran.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
But I had insurance and stuff. And so when I got my lawyer, they sent me to the back people. And so I'm getting fixed still through God. It might not have been a natural healing and it's natural, but it's like God is always going to make sure that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened I had a wreck. Now I'm feeling super duper great. Like they popping my back and my neck and giving me massage. Yeah, I'm in the crowd. I'm in there 3 times a week and feeling good. And so for me, again, that's why I already done won because God going to take care of me regardless.
And that's what I tell people all the time. If you know God and you a believer, He got you. All you got to do is keep believing, keep the faith. And if you a true believer and you believe in tithing, sow your seeds because them seeds are going to harvest and they're going to manifest something great for you.
Facts, 100%.
And I tell people, I do right by people. I try to tell people. If I have a disagreement with somebody, I try to talk it out, talk it over. But I'm not out here just wilding out, getting people. That's the old me. Today, I ain't got time for that. I'm too busy focusing on community, like trying to build this because I have a vision that we could be the next, I believe it's called the Black Effect Network with Charlamagne. They having the podcast I believe it's next week.
No, it was last week.
It was last week. Okay, I'm sorry, last week. But this is my thing. We should be able, as the Nashville community, to have something big or as big as that.
We finna be.
And we got to come together.
That's why we all, look, think about it. Look, you brought church name up. Mm-hmm. Then, who else name you say in podcast? You was
it was me. Well, C-Dub's not really in. Well, you could say it's a radio station. Yeah.
Well, I'm just giving. Guess what? Yeah. This is what we need to don't make awkward. What we was talking about.
Yes.
Just because me and a certain person don't get along, that don't mean you don't get along with them. And so long as, and not that we don't even get along, that ain't what I'm saying, but just because we ain't talking or just because we don't talk or we ain't cool, and it can be whoever. Yes. Long as we all connected, we all gonna be connected.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
So like I said, we are the next big. Nashville is the next big place. We got great podcasts down here. I don't care what nobody say. We got some great. You got Cameo Bobo. You got Squints.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got some great podcasts.
Oh my goodness! What's the Son and the Father?
Black Man Vent. We got we on top of our game down here.
Do we say every
other personality? We on top of our game down here. This is what it's gonna take. People, they discredit connections. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, connections to me is bigger than doing the podcast. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got connected. You know, they said so one time, you're a gatekeeper. Well, that ain't true. First of all, they don't even know what a gatekeeper is. A gatekeeper is somebody that get on and actually can help people and don't do it.
No, they shut the gate, lock it with the key,
and just be gone. Mm-hmm. This is what people think. People think that you're gonna work super duper hard and you're gonna get your connections and you just gonna give it to them. Mm-hmm. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying?
When they're not putting any work to get there.
And so people hop in podcasts and think they supposed to be where you at. They're not gonna be where you at because you already been doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I just believe in connection, and I got a lot of great connections. This is not a brag. This is not a flex. This is just the truth and the natural people. I got a lot of great connections that can get us to the next level. If we get ourselves to the next level first, because now they want to see what you can do first before they just put they money or time into you. It ain't just that easy. I tell people about Buck all the time. Buck was living in New York. He was living in New Orleans. He done lived in Atlanta. Like y'all just think he just got it from cause y'all just know he got made 50. Not y'all wasn't there when he was all over the world sleeping on people's couches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all weren't there when Juvie kicked him off the bus. I'm the one picked him up from the airport, me and my little cousin. When Juvie did that, and you know what I'm saying? And so they don't understand what certain people go to get what they got. And they just think that you just gonna give it to them. No, it don't work like that.
Sometimes they just think success happens overnight.
It don't.
You don't see if you hadn't been following the I Am Counting Scales podcast, from the beginning. Then you gonna when I blow up, it's gonna look like I mean, no, baby, go look at some of them old episodes. I had to, baby, I was crawling, I was struggling, and I found my way in my lane, and I'm still doing it. And like I said, and then I want to tell people this: if your purpose is tied to something, you're not gonna always look for, I'm gonna ride on Ricky's coattail. No, Ricky's here today because I truly believe in him, and I had this episode and I wanted to talk about isolation, how we're isolating ourselves here and we're not collaborating, because at the end of the day we're better together.
We are better. I believe I believe that more than anything. I believe we are better together more than anything. I tell people just like, you got a money bag, yo. He signed to Yo Gotti, but guess what? Soon as he hit that tipping point, he signed Big Homie G, Big 30, YTB Fat, like he done already bought. If he never ever signed nobody else, he done already bought 4 people with him. And so now those 4 people, if they all sign 4 people, now that's 12.
That's how you
and
grow.
That's how you now everybody's just getting signed. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looks like.
Unity and community looks like.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is all we're talking about on this podcast is unity and community.
I might not get what. Yes. I might not get what. I probably never call church if I get on, but get what? I'm going to call you.
And then I'm going to call
and then you.
Give me some, baby. But
you know what I'm saying? He still got put on. You know what I'm saying?
I believe in taking everybody. If they about that grind and that work, now I'm not just going to bring Pookie and them over here that's not doing it. Because baby, you're not going to mess up what we have going on. I'm going to tell you that now. If I haven't seen you put in the work, at least trying, I can't help you. I'm not the person for you. I got to see some effort.
And it got to be some real work. It got to be... We know real work because we doing it. Yes. And so we know when we see some real work going on, you know what I'm saying? It got to be real work. We just say bringing you in the fold and you ain't doing nothing.
Right. So let me ask you this. How do we normalize giving without expecting credit? How do we make that normal? Because a lot of times everybody wants credit. Everybody wants to be in front of the spotlight. You gotta have a giving spirit. And you gotta know your role. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know look, I'm finna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Don't ever get jealous of Miss Scales. I'm not saying you will. I'm just making the example. You the camera person, be that. But she's gonna make sure you straight no matter what. She gonna pay you. You gonna be everywhere she gonna be, and you gonna be able to make your own connections. The problem is this. You get so big and people see everybody loving on you and people see everybody want to take pictures with you. And then get what she looking like. I'm the camera person. What about me? Let me ask you a question. Do you know Oprah Winfrey camera person? I was going to say no.
I know.
Gail or some friend. Like I know.
Well, some people are behind the scenes and they have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Even when you talking about this rap community, you know why a lot of the old rappers still trying to rap? They still want the fame. They still want their fame. At this point, I don't even think it's probably about the money, but at this point, they still want their fame. I know a lot of them with little cousins who got the streets. And instead of them saying, you know what? I'm finna just put everything behind you. I'm finna put the music. I'm finna use my page. We finna do everything and put it behind you because we know the industry love young people in the industry. Yep. But everybody is still chasing that fame in the rap, so they still trying to rap, and they are still great rappers. But it comes to a point to where, like, you know what? I'm gonna go and play the back scene. Young Berg, his career was super duper short. You know what I'm saying? When it had some do with the rap, I bet he didn't even make no money in rap like that. But when he got behind them scenes and started writing them songs, he one of the biggest writers today.
So sometimes you have to play to your strengths.
Yes.
People play to your strengths. Always. Because you know what? Just because you didn't make it here, he noticed that he had another purpose, another talent. And guess what? Let me do this avenue. But when it goes back to being in the spotlight, I tell people all the time, real impact doesn't need an applause. If you're really there to be impactful, you don't need an applause. You don't need it. You're just there to do your job and to help cultivate the situation.
I didn't even ask for this spot that I'm at. But guess what? I was put there. And when I was put there, people liked it. And when I was put there, everybody, I'm talking about the top people. I'm not talking about the crab in a bucket type of people. I'm talking about the people that really mean something. Say, hey, man, you need to quit. You need to keep doing that. I'm talking about the Dola Whites. I'm talking about the Starlitos. I'm talking about the Bucks. I'm talking about the Quannies. They like, oh, we happy. We finally got a platform that's worthy of reaching out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about numbers. Somebody might say it's not about numbers. It is about numbers.
It really is. And not corporate, it's about numbers.
And not all the time. But guess what? If you haven't grown to where my platform is a real media platform, and I might throw out a post, it might do 800 views. I might throw out another one, it might do 500,000. You know what I'm saying? That's because I have built my site up to where some of them just might catch. And so this is why it's about views, because you want your platform to get out there to people that haven't seen you.
Right.
We understand everybody in Nashville done already seen us. Like it ain't nothing. It's nothing else we could. Everybody in Nashville done already seen us. And so now we at the point to now, how can we grow our platform? You know what I'm saying? And so that's when it comes with the team, and she ain't scared to say, I'm gonna go get Kiana. Like, I'm gonna let you talk to her. Like, that's the girl. Like, if she lifts you up as the person who you are, when that next person meets you, that you already gonna be her. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the one of the biggest problems we got in Nashville. Like, everybody's so scared for it to be you. And then, you know what I'm saying? And like, support. I tell people, anybody come in the city, if they artists and celebrities, if you're not telling them, hey, go to If You're Live Subscribe, go to What's Sleep, go to 615 Schools, if you're not telling them to go to one of these platforms, then you're slipping. Because if they do come to our platform, we interview them, now the city get to know them more. Right. So the next time they come, guess what the whole city gonna say? Oh, that's such and such, he was on Ricky platform, we going to support it.
100. Well, that's when I say that's 100 facts. We have to tell people about other people. I don't care if my name is never mentioned. Guess what? But if I know that they putting on for the city, I'm like, put it on for the city. Do the thing. Because I'm always in Rome saying, oh, have you checked this out? Have you checked blah, blah? Have you checked, like I said, Cameo, but every other person, have you checked these people out? There are women out here and men doing it.
When I'm out of town, I'm not representing If You're Live Subscribe show. I'll be representing Cashville.
That's my whole point exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You could have seen me, but it was so many people there. But I was like trying to tell everybody, like, of course I'm trying to tell people, but I'm like, our city has this and this. But you know, baby, you would have been thinking I was a spokesperson for the city. And that's why I said.
But you are.
I am.
But you are.
I'm just saying, you would have been like, did they send you up here? Did they pay you? No.
I'm just repping it.
Saying, I was repping, baby.
Facts.
That's why when y'all heard me say, Revolt, I'm still waiting on you, baby, I'd be like, honey, here. Yeah, because I got some stuff. I just need you to help me to perfect this, baby. We going somewhere.
We are. We are going somewhere. Like it ain't no cap. The
world is going to know about Nashville, Cashville.
And this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Cashville gonna take over when the world find out about us. They need to be scared. Like we the people who they need to be scared of, because we just in this little cut that everybody know about, but they don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And so they need to be scared for us coming. I'm telling you.
We coming, baby.
We coming.
Look, I'm right there running with
and then again, even I say, a lot of us are already together. So we really let's come together. Yeah, a lot of us are already together, just to be honest with you. It's just really start time to come into a table. And I think it'll be real healthy if like a lot of us know, hey, we go here once a month.
I think we should.
We got to put together I've already been telling people man, we know we come here once a month just to see how everybody doing, just to get help. Like I said, because I'm not messed up with helping people with their platform.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: don't do a call to action, because baby, I'm gonna be there to jump on in there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
when we gonna stop, because I'm gonna hold you accountable.
I already been calling people
because I'm about solutions now.
Me too. I'm all about.
So I'm
all about solutions.
So
that's why
that was the point of this episode, to be a solution, not just to throw jabs at people, but to honestly, to be a solution. So I like that call to action. So I'm gonna stay on you.
100%.
We gonna get on it because I'm showing up too.
Facts, 100%.
But I always tell people this: you can't sell elevation to someone that's addicted to excuses, baby. Baby, you can't. Because I know a lot of times we trying to sell all this elevation that I'm speaking. But at the end of the day, when they not trying to hit, they not trying to hit. They want to stay in that crabs in a bucket. Okay, let them stay over there. We can't keep focusing on them.
Let them stay over there.
And then my favorite thing to say is let the dead bury the dead. I just like to say that a lot, because I'm about movement.
And this the thing too. We understand when we see people grow. Yeah, you might be over there right now. But guess what? If we see you grow, we're going to tell you to come on over here. But guess what? If you're not on the page that we on, sorry, you can't come over here.
No, because you're derailing the fan.
You're not. This is a whole different energy and a vibe. I know the people who is on that real energy and that real vibe. Like you can't. I'm talking to them all. I'm in contact with all. I'm in contact with all the people. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to the Starlito and Don Tripp album release. Like, I didn't post that post to say, thanks, Starlito, for being invited. I posted that post to show people, like, this what you get when you work hard. You get invited to stuff like this. Like, when I was backstage with all the comedy guys, interviewing all them Bubba Dub and Mike Epps and all them, I didn't get back here just because I'm cool. I got back here because I've been working hard for this. You know what I'm saying? And so, no, I work too. I know I work hard. Man, my family tell me all the time, you a hard worker. I go to my day job, and even though I'm my own independent contractor, I go do that, and then I go do this. Like, I'm like, my content is my number one job. I might not get paid the money that I need to off it right now. It's my number one job. And that's another thing I try to teach people. Learn how to get monetized on your sites. You want to get monetized. This is why you want to get monetized. You want to get monetized while you're little, so when you get big, it just grows and grows. Long as your platform is growing, your check will keep growing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's another thing that we need to teach each other this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So but all of us can be I want all of us to be there. You can have the biggest podcast in Nashville. You're not a threat to me. Because it's just like I need something to motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't understand. When you come to Nashville, I need something to motivate me. I need somebody to be better in podcasts than me. They say if you the smartest one in the room, you need to get out the room.
Right. I was just going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Better get out the room.
Because we all should be elevating and learning. At some point, it's going to be something that you can learn from me. Be like, oh, you did that. Yes. And let me share this with you. Here go a gym.
You got a whole business.
Yes.
You got a whole business. You know how many people trying to learn how to do business?
It's a lot. Like I tell people, I juggle the Closet Experience Boutique. I do have a full-time gig. I work in healthcare.
100%.
And then I do this podcast. People are like, oh, you just get on it? No, I don't just get on here and talk. This is the whole stuff. I got to schedule guests if we have guests. If I want to do a co-host, I got to figure out what we're going to talk about.
It's mental. It's just like you got to know you got to know how to head up conversation. Look, if people is coming to your podcast and you can't have a conversation, then you slipping. And that's why I say you got it. I don't just say that because you know how to have a real conversation and you're not scared of a real conversation.
No, I'm not scared. Now, I was teasing you a couple of weeks ago. I said, don't you come over here and start no mess. But I was just teasing.
That was good. That's how we do it.
But I was just like teasing with you. But no, I'm not afraid.
Because I talk about y'all on her podcast. You want to go viral? I'll bring your name up. No,
don't do that. Look, please don't. Look,
Last time you
look,
do.
go and do a viral
Go
moment.
do
I
did, yeah.
That's, see, I could be a little petty too. But no, honestly, I just love creating spaces for people to come on. And I'm just glad that you said yes, because you could have said no. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people play around, they be like, oh, she ain't. Believe me, I hear the chatters in the street like, oh, she ain't as big as, it can stuff get back. But I'm like I said, I silence my ears to that.
Well, that's why people like me, that's why they going to be mad when people like me come on, and then guess what? They might not make it.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? They might not make it. And so, and if I'm in the space that I'm in and I'm coming on your stuff, you better know it's something. Forget what they talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't listen to
I know
people,
you don't, but I'm just
because I'm confident. Like I tell people, I'm not cocky. I'm confident enough to know what I bring to the dang on table, and I know my stuff is good, baby. And it doesn't take people to tell me that because I know what I put in. I know what God has told me. See, that's the difference. I ain't got to listen to nobody because I know what God has told me. At the end of the day, He said, "Girl, keep doing this."
Your people is out there.
He's testing me to see, am I gonna stop just because? Oh, you didn't get this. I don't care. Like I said, I'm not fixated on views and all that right now because I'm working to be impactful.
Facts.
I'm not trying to be popular. Right now, God has me in a season of being impactful. Can you stand on your word?
Yeah, you stand, stand on business.
I was just interviewed a couple of weeks ago and I was asked a question, how do you keep your platform where you are when a lot of times people will change or shift what they're doing to gossip. And I'm like, because that's not why I started this. I started this to be the change that I wanted to see. I want to talk about real issues and have real people and real conversations. Come on now. We don't need all of this housewife talk, gossip, and all of this. No. It's too much of that slanderous, salacious stuff.
That's already out there.
Yeah,
that's already out there. Yeah.
I tell people, that lane is full.
Yeah.
Let me go be your Oprah, your Iyanla Vanzant. I need to be that in your life.
I like them too. I like them.
Bring my little ghetto version to it, add my little twist to it, baby. I got you. Listen, I'm going to tell you what somebody told me the other day, and I just chuckled. And I guess it was a compliment, but I just kind of was like, I didn't do nothing but bust out laughing. This guy told me the other day that I was a mix, that he called my podcast, and he said I was a mix between Boosie and Oprah. And I just busted out, I didn't know what to say.
I think that's good. I think that's a good compliment. Look, they could have said somebody that was nothing. He put you in the mix of two great people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to be in the mix of.
I just busted out because it threw me, I guess. And when I was like, oh, and to the gentleman, if you're listening, I meant to say thank you. I know we started talking about something else after that, but you really did shock me with that. When I busted out laughing, it was just out of just a shock laughter. But I do want to say thank you. That means
think about something though. That's what I was finna say. Think about this. Somebody paying you that much attention, where they saying like, who is she like? And then she like, Boosie Oprah. Like, that's a real 100% compliment. And that's somebody who's paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So that was real. Like, I like that. Like I wish somebody said something like that about me.
Look, I received it. Like I said, I just busted out there because I was like, it just shocked me, I guess. And now that I think about it, that is something good. That's a good one. Yeah. Dang, I wish I knew his name. Dang it.
He'll come around. You'll see him again.
Yes, I gotta see him again.
You'll see him again.
Look, we need to have another conversation again. We started talking about so much after that. It was just like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Y'all just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. You are now part of the I Am Kiana Scales podcast.
I'm so happy
family.
about that.
Where can the people catch you and keep up with you?
You can catch me with Kiana Scales.
Oh, okay.
Like you and I ain't on here to promote nothing. You gonna catch me. We together. That's what. This is the thing about it is we all got different platforms. We all together again. If somebody's connected to you, they connected to you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so we just all together, and we are really trying to fix this Nashville thing. Like this is a passion for me. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a super duper passion. If I never make a dime off podcast, which I'm gonna make millions off of it now.
Speak it.
But it's a passion because I want to see our people. I know how much talent we get. Like your podcast, like this is talent. Like this is talent. I know how much talent we got in Nashville, and I want the world to see it.
Yes, the world does need to see. Like we have a lot.
We got too much.
Look, we just scratched the surface.
Y'all in trouble. I'm telling you, when we knock that door down, y'all in trouble, man. I'm telling you, they are in trouble when we knock that door down. They in trouble.
Yep.
Watch.
We are going to be, I want to say thank you again, mister. If you alive, subscribe.
Appreciate you for coming to your platform.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Now it's time to get into some real talk. We called out the crabs. We named the cycles. We unpacked the ego, the envy, the fake love, the culture of silence that's been choking the Black creative scene in the city of Nashville for far too long. Let's be real. A lot of folks love to scream Black excellence, but behind the scenes is shade, is sabotage, and side eyes. And we wonder why we can't rise together. It's not because we lack talent. It's because too many are addicted to being the only one shining. Woo, ouch. But today was different. Today we told the truth. No sugar, no filter, no politics. Shout out to Ricky Robinson, Mr. If You Alive, subscribe for pulling up and laying it all out. This brother came through swinging with the facts, fire, and the kind of clarity that this culture needs. He ain't just talking, he's building. If we don't confront the ego, the jealousy, and the trauma, we dress it up as culture. We keep dancing in circles and calling it progress. What a shame. Support isn't support if it's only just for show, people. Unity isn't unity if it collapses when somebody else's shine. And leadership isn't leadership if you're scared to speak the truth. Woo! Speak, Kiana, speak on it. So ask yourself, are you clapping for the community or are you just clapping for yourself? Let that marinate. That's real talk. And if that made you uncomfortable, then good. Sit with it. We are not just here to talk. We're here to change the game. So until next time, stay bold, stay building, and stay real. I am Kiana Scales. This is more than a podcast. This is a movement. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the I Am Kiana Scales YouTube channel and hit that notification bell to stay updated.
Hey ladies, ready to elevate your style game? From timeless classics to the hottest trends, we've got something for everyone. Visit theclosetexperience.com and save 10% today with code PODCAST. That's PODCAST. Theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet? Theclosetexperience.com. What's in your closet? Be sure to use code PODCAST, PODCAST, and save that 10%. Theclosetexperience.com.